Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. The world's most expensive coin is heading back to auction. Let's explore. That's right. Gold Chick Vibafel sent this information along to me. This is from UPI.com. And a very rare silver dollar that might be the first ever struck by the U.S. Mint in 1794 is up for auction after selling for $10 million in 2013. Fascinating indeed. Think about that. How if you had enough money, you very well could own the first U.S. silver dollar struck by the United States Mint. That would be something. Most of you may not be aware, but the Mint Act of 1792 was enacted on April 2nd of that year. And the first coins that were struck by the U.S. Mint were cents in 1793. Well, in 1794, you had silver dollars being struck, and this dollar here could have very well been the very first one. It's called the flowing hair dollar, which bears an image of Lady Liberty, with flowing hair on one side and an eagle on the other. It's one of 1,758 struck by the U.S. Mint in a single day in October of that year. Experts said the coins, the first silver dollars, were not intended for circulation, but were circulated to officials and dignitaries as souvenirs. It was basically more of a PR marketing event. Douglas Mudd, the curator and director of the American Numismatic Association's Money Museum, he told CNN. This was the first dollar, and they wanted to make as much of a splash as they could. In fact, let's open that up and see. Here, this is the an image of the actual coin here from CNN's website. Fascinating indeed. Indeed, here. Mudd said the coin, which is being auctioned alongside other rare coins from Bruce Moreland's collection, might be the very first one struck. He said there are about 130 to 140 coins still in existence, and experts have noted some differences between them. The details of this coin show that the dies that were used to strike it were in such pristine condition that this could possibly be the first coin struck from these dies. First silver coin struck from these dies, Mudd said. Imagine that. This is one of those where they can really get it down to the science of having a first strike designation. First strike, first ever silver dollar. Moreland purchased the coin for $10 million in 2013, setting a new world record for the most ever paid for a rare coin. Yes, indeed. And there it is, the story here. There's other images of the coin here. We can look at other. We can see there it is. Fascinating indeed. It is quite a beauty. The 1794 American silver coin, which possibly was touched by George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Alexander Hamilton. Imagine that. Well, it would make sense, the very first for dignitaries, that it would have been handled by those men, for sure. Experts agree that the pristine flowing hair silver dollar is among the first few dollars produced by the United States and is likely to be the literal first U.S. dollar ever created. Paper money wasn't authorized by Congress until the Civil War. It's a national treasure, a milestone of a fledgling new country. Coinage is particularly an attribute of sovereignty, Jefferson told Congress in 1790. That's for darn sure. Yes, indeed. This is a dream coin, a priceless artifact that I have been proud to own, and I'm very sorry to see it go, Moreland said. Moreland's coins are scheduled to be auctioned by Legend Auctions on the 8th of October at the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas. I wonder who's going to pick that up. More than likely, it's going to be an anonymous buyer. Who knows? It could be our president, President Donald Trump. You never know. Fascinating indeed. So yeah, So going back into this here, it says the price paid is the highest ever drawn at auction for a single coin, according to Stack's Bowers Galleries. The previous record was $7.6 million for the sole known specimen of a 1933 St. Gaudens double eagle $20 gold coin. Of course, now they've found more since then, but Stack's auctioned the flowing hair silver dollar in New York City for its owner after transporting it from Orange County in a Brinks armored truck. Oh, if they only knew. To be a part of this historic occasion is nothing short of amazing, said Chris Napolitano, president of Stack's. Folks in the audience were on the edge of their seats as bidders competed fervently until the last. There were just one remaining. Legend Numismatics, a rare coin firm based in New Jersey, bought the coin. The firm was prepared to bid higher than $10 million and has no plans to sell the coin in the near future. Well, until now, October of 2020. And I bet you it's going to go for, I'm going to make a guess that it's going to go for close to $20 million. I think it's almost double just because of the specialty of what it is. Maybe between 15 and 20 million. We'll see if I'm right. Yes, indeed. A copper prototype of the first dollar exists in the Smithsonian Institution, and the two coins have a perfect die match not seen in any known specimens of the 1794 silver dollar. Back then, considerable differences on coins showed up quickly from die wear and subsequent repair. Evidence on the coin shows that the silver metal disc has become the coin that became the coin was polished before it was pressed, and that the coin was immediately removed after being minted. Of the 135 or so of the 1794 dollars known today, all but this specimen show evidence of die imperfections. The lack of virtually any wear on this coin suggests it was never placed in circulation. It was likely one of the master coins held by the first director of the U.S. Mint, David Rittenhausen, in the government's cabinet collection. It is speculated that a subsequent mint director traded the coin in the mid-1800s for pre-Revolutionary War coins in order to fill gaps in the Mint's collection. It shows up in records in 1890 as part of the collection of Colonel Green, and its official pedigree history begins with its becoming part of the Virgil Brand collection in 1945, but it wasn't until this century that it was recognized as being among the first of its kind. The coin reclaimed its perch of historical relevance thanks to the instincts of Stephen Contursi, president of Rare Coin Wholesalers in Irvine, who bought it for $2.5 million in 2003. He believed the coin was special, more special than anyone thought. Contursi, who has been collecting coins since childhood, said the pristine hair detail, the sharpness of the stars, and the mirrored surface of the coin told him that this is no ordinary coin meant for circulation. The silver dollar has a silver plug in the center, probably is there to make sure that the weight of the coin met exact government specifications. There are adjustment marks as well on the right side, and even more finely tuned the exact weight. In front of the 40 millimeter coin, that's a big coin that's the size of an actual silver dollar today, the American Silver Eagle, the 15 stars around the head of Lady Liberty along with her long flowing hair. On the reverse side is an olive tree branch with a scrawny looking eagle that was enhanced in subsequent silver dollar designs. Contursi noted that every other example of the coin that collectors know of has weak stars on the left side. Those are strong. The hair detail on Miss Liberty's is razor sharp. On the other side of the coin is the finely wrought breast feathers of the eagle are visible. He knew the coin was destined for a higher purpose, to be preserved, cherished, and displayed for posterity. Good thing he did, because now it's going to probably double its money at the auction on October the 8th. He was right. He and other numismatists conducted forensic research on the coin and proved his hunch that it was the very first, or very close to the very first U.S. dollar ever cast. Well, that's the wrong word. It struck. There's a good chance that Washington, Hamilton, and Jefferson held this coin because it was pressed at a significant historic event, Century said. All 1,758 of the first design of dollars minted were struck on the same day, he said, and that was October the 15th, 1794. Though he truly cherished the coin, Contursi sold it reluctantly for $7.85 million, more than 3 times what he paid for it, in a private sale to Cardinal Collection Education Foundation in 2010. So if it sold for 3 times what he paid for it in a few short years, well, now, 10 years later, it is now probably going to double its price, is my guess. It was my favorite coin, he said. I never planned to sell it. But it was tough times with lots of debt and uncertainty. And Cardinal Collection approached me, and I sold it. Looking back, I didn't have to. The Cardinal Foundation consigned the coin to Stacks, was auctioned it on Thursday from this particular article that was dated on 2013. 7 years later, I believe it's going to double in price. Looking back to today. All right. Very, very interesting indeed. All right, a dream coin. Somebody's going to get a nice piece of silver there for a lot of money. Thanks again to Gold Chick Bob Bethel for sending this along to me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.